Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. And before we get into the next video or live stream, if you like the information and the content, please hit that subscribe button, click on that little it's early. Click on that little bell icon. That way you get notified when I post new videos, or you can click on that little watermark of me and my beautiful wife down there in the corner, and that'll get you going to, or that'll get you subscribed to. Sorry, it's very early in California, and it's been a long day. So, with that being said, let's get into the video. Pool and shared rides equal danger. It is a crap pot waiting to be stirred. And with that being said, let's get into what happened to me earlier this morning. I was on the Uber platform and got a pool ride request. Now, before I get into the video, I want to kind of give my thoughts out on what I think about pool rides and what Uber and Lyft should do with their pool and shared rides. I think they should make it like a carpool lane, meaning if a carpool lane is a dedicated lane from 5 a.m. to 9 a.m. and 3 p.m. to 7 p.m., then pool rides should be designed for rush hour and only rush hour. So say 6 to 10 a.m. or 5 to 9 a.m. in the morning, and 2 to 6 or 3 to 7 p.m. in the evening. That's it. That's the only time you can use pool is during rush hour. With that being said, let's move on. So I had a pool request tonight or this morning, and first and foremost, I hear this from everybody that requests a pool ride. Oh, well, we're trying to, they're a little cheaper, and we're trying to help you out because that means you can pick up more passengers and you'll get paid more to, pick up additional passengers. Well, first of all, we're only getting paid our, basic ride fare for your request. If we pick up any additional passengers, we get like 95 cents for each additional passenger. Now, those passengers are still going to pay for the full amount of the ride, and either Uber or Lyft get to keep pretty much everything that any additional passengers that we pick up are paying for. We don't get paid for each individual passenger. They don't just tally everything up and put it together and put all three charges together and give us, a nice fare on it. We get one fare and an additional few cents for everybody else we have to pick up. So with that being said, I'm going to go through a little texting chat / threats that a pool rider was making to me this morning. So I get a pull request. I was on the Uber platform. Excuse me. And sorry about the soundings. I'm in my laundry room. I've got my laptop out here because I've got all my Christmas lights going. They run off the laptop, and it's the closest to the outside I can get. So anyway, I get a pool ride request. It's like 4 miles away, and I accept it. No big deal. I normally don't accept them. I'm trying to get my ride count up for a very specific reason, which hopefully I'll be able to do a video on later. And, that being said, let's move on. So I accept the ride. I'm on my way. And both Lyft and Uber do the same thing. When we're on our way to a ride, when we're 2 minutes away, according to their ETA computer or their algorithms, the rider is notified that the vehicle is, that their ride is 2 minutes away, and to be outside and be ready, to go when the driver shows up. The other thing with pool rides, and it's the only thing I like about pool rides, is that once we arrive, we only have to wait 2 minutes. Once that 2 minutes is up, at least on the Uber platform, if the passenger hasn't shown up once we've arrived and that 2-minute timer's gone down, click the no-show, cancel, collect, and move on to the next ride. Or as Dustin would say, wait 5, cancel, collect, and drive. I need to come up with something. Wait 2, if you're not there, screw you. I don't know. I was really pissed off at the at this particular passenger and the way that this whole thing went down. So the passenger gets the 2-minute warning that that I'm going to be there in 2 minutes. I pull up to the front of the location where I'm supposed to pick up this passenger, and apparently I'm looking at this person. He was with a group of about 4 or 5 people outside. I pull up and I'm looking at this group of people. My car is sitting right out in the open, and I'm looking at my little timer, and it's counting away, doing its thing. And guy's just sitting there chatting with his buddies and whatever. Well, I'm watching this little timer tick down, and now a minute's gone by, and he's just yapping away, kind of like me, but he actually was with other people. He's not with the camera. So it hits 2 minutes. So I look down, I wait for another 25 seconds. I probably should have canceled it earlier, right at the 2-minute mark, but I waited. Finally, I hit cancel, passenger no show, charge the cancellation fee, and I leave. I get about 3 miles away. I'm pulling into a parking lot to wait for my next ride, and guess what happens? I get the same ride request from the same passenger. So I accept it. But prior to my arrival, he starts texting me. And I want to read the text because this is why Uber, Pool, and Lyft shared rides are dangerous, and they're just not worth it. My personal opinion is, if you're going to do a shared ride or allow passengers to do a shared ride or a pool ride, then you should do it during the same times as rush hour. 5 to 9 a.m. and 3 to 7 p.m. Any other time, the passengers shouldn't be allowed to make a pool ride request. They're just, they're not worth it. And I hate to say it, but it's the passengers' way of cheaping out on the ride. I mean, they save a couple bucks, and what's up, Rick? Rick reviews in the house. I'm sorry. Hold on. Get that right. There we go. So if you're just joining, Rick, what's up, Beacon? How you doing, Nick? Little recap: pool rides, man. Pool rides on Uber and shared rides on Lyft absolutely suck, man. And I had a little situation, and I want to read the text that I got, because what had happened was, if you're just joining, I had accepted a pool ride, and I normally don't, but again, I'm trying to build my ride count up, and there's a specific reason for that. I can't tell you why, but if everything works out right, I'll be doing a kick-ass video on that in hopefully about a week or so. So anyway, as we all know, on both Lyft and Uber, the passenger gets a 2-minute warning before we even show up. So not only do we have to wait 5 minutes on normal rides, but the passenger's getting a 2-minute warning prior to that. So the passenger's got 7 minutes to do whatever they need to do before they come out and get into our car, and we take them on the ride. Excuse me. With that being said, I was watching Dustin Is Driving. He had a video about pool rides and stuff too. And wow, sorry, it's really early in California. And they are even Rideshare Professor made a video, and pool rides are just a pot of crap that's just waiting to be stirred. A lot of passengers that I pick up that request pool rides, again, are thinking they're saving the driver, or they're helping the driver by saying, well, I've got, I did a pool ride because I was hoping maybe you could pick up a few more people. Well, you're doing a pool ride for 3 miles, okay? I don't think I'm going to pick up anybody that's going to the same location you are within that 3 miles. And as we all know, when we do get additional passengers, we don't get paid the full fare. Uber and Lyft get to keep the entire fare that passenger or additional passengers are paying. But we get what, 75 cents or 95 cents for each additional passenger. They don't just wrap everything up and go, okay, well, this ride was this much, this ride was this much, and this ride was this much. You get your base fare on that first pool passenger that made that request, and maybe $1 or less for every additional person you pick up. And it just drags out. They are not worth the money and what have you. And in my opinion, if you're going to do a pool ride, and Lyft and Uber are going to allow passengers to request these rides, and Lyft and Uber should make 5 to 9 a.m. and 3 to 7 p.m. Sorry about the mess in the background. Again, I've got 15,000 Christmas lights going on a computer program, and I have to have the laptop in my laundry room. So I love the backdrop. Just trying to improvise. So anyway, I get the pool request. I'm 2 minutes away. Passengers notified. So I pull up to the location. The one good thing about pool rides, at least on Uber, is you only have to wait 2 minutes. Passenger doesn't show up within 2 minutes, cancel the ride. Passenger no show, charge them the cancellation fee, book it, get out of there. You're done. So that's what I did. I arrived. My timer starts counting down. There's like 5 people outside, but nobody's coming up to the vehicle. So again, on Uber, we've got no pictures, so I can't put a face to the people that are standing outside. So I'm waiting, watching. Timer's ticking away. Hits 2 minutes, and silly me, I gave it another 30 seconds. At that point, I was like, you know what? I'm done. I'm not waiting. Hit the cancel button. Charge the cancellation fee. Gone. I got 3 miles away. Was pulling into a parking lot to wait for my next ride, and guess what happened? Got the same passenger back again. So this is what transpired prior to me even leaving the parking lot. And I want to share this with you because this is the type of crap that puts drivers in danger, because the guy admitted he was drinking, et cetera, and let me read it to you. So this is what the passenger texted me just before I rolled out of the parking lot, and it says, "Bro, well, I was outside when you pull up. Last time I watched you, and then I watched you drive away." Really? Hey, Patty, welcome to the channel. Chicago. Man, it's like 27 degrees out in California where I'm at right now, so I'm assuming it's really cold in Chicago. So anyway, again, before the second trip, this is what he texted me. It says, "Bro, well, I was outside when you pulled up last time. I watched you and then watched you drive away." So this knucklehead who requested this pool ride at 1 o'clock in the morning saw me pull up, sit there, continue to yap away with his friends, and never came up to the vehicle, never said, "Hey, you know what, can you give me a minute? I'm just, saying goodbye," whatever. Nothing. I've got no picture on this guy on the Uber app, so I don't even know who the hell I'm picking up. As far as I know, the person is still inside the club. So I responded with, "You have 2 minutes to get to the vehicle when you request a pool ride. If you don't arrive within that time, the ride gets canceled. If you saw me," my wife is home, by the way, sorry. "If you saw me, you should have come to my vehicle. Sorry, but that's the terms of service for pool rides." So he responds back and he says, that's not what everything on the log says. When did Uber passengers actually get logs of everything? I didn't know they could actually log what the drivers were doing. I'm not quite sure what that means, but he's, full of crap. So then he sends another text. He says, I just want to get home, so if you're coming, let me know. If not, cancel me so I can get somebody else. I'm not canceling the ride. If you make a request and I'm going to drive or start driving to come and get you, I'm not canceling that ride. I'm going to show up and I'm going to get, paid for showing up. And, if you don't want to take the ride, fine. Someone, either it's going to time out or the passenger is going to cancel it. But I'm not canceling a ride that I'm already started because somebody else, because passengers are telling us, well, you need to cancel the ride. No, that's horse crap. If you accept the ride and you show up and you're doing what you're supposed to do, you get paid for it. Don't cancel the ride unless you're in danger, or what this person did, you start getting threats. So let's continue. I override 4 times I'm assuming that's Uber ride. I override 4 times a week minimum. I know how we work. So maybe he's the driver. I don't know. So again, I reply back to him. The app gives you a 2-minute warning before we arrive. Once we arrive, I have a 2-minute wait time on pool rides. That's in the terms of service under the Uber platform. I'm sorry for the inconvenience, and I'm not going to try and argue with you. Go ahead and cancel the ride. He replies with, some easy, are you going to be here in 7 minutes like it says? I was only 3 minutes away, so something was screwed up. I think it was him. It says, I'm sorry, some easy, are you going to be here in 7 minutes like it says? If not, canceled, let me get somebody else. I'm just trying to get home. Didn't even get a chance to respond. Next message comes in. I won't cancel. I will complain and give you a 1-star rating and also file a complaint of bad service because I watch you with my eyes pull off as I was standing outside. Really? So this guy admits in the text that he saw me sitting there waiting for him, didn't do anything. I canceled the ride, and now he's pissed off, and now he's requesting me to come back. Ain't going to happen. There's no way I'm going to go back and pick this guy up. He's already threatening to file a complaint, smash me with a 1-star, and what have you. So there's no way in hell I'm going to go pick this guy up, put him in the back of my car, accept the ride, and give him the opportunity to give me a 1-star rating and do whatever it is. That shit ain't going to happen. So I texted him back, and hold on. I'll make sure I get this right. He says, if you can't do it, let me go and get somebody else. Call for another Uber for me. I am still not going to cancel, but I'm still going to report you and file a complaint. But I am here like I was the first time, ready to go, watching you and then watching you drive off. So he's admitting in the text on Uber that he screwed up. And now he's threatening me with these crap ratings again. So, hi, honey. My wife, she just got home from work.
Sorry.
That's okay. Just got to feed the cats. They're hungry. So my response to him was, sorry about that. She's messing with my backdrop trying to get to the cat food. I'm sorry. It's amazing how funny things get when you're really tired at almost 4 o'clock in the morning. So I responded back to this guy. Please feel free to cancel the ride. I'm not going to pick up somebody who is threatening to threatening to file a complaint about me doing the job the way that the terms of service and Uber tell me to. Again, I'm sorry for the inconvenience this caused, but I'm not canceling the ride. He then responds and says, cancel the effing ride. I've got your license plate number. How stupid is that? Well, fortunately, I have a temporary plate because I have a new car, so you ain't going to have that very long. But with that being said, I canceled the ride. I mean, what am I going to do? I'm not going to pick this guy up. I'm not going to say anything to him. And I'm not going to deal with that crap. I don't get paid to deal with that crap. I mean, I'm not trying to toot my own horn here. We all know I had a very bad accident several weeks back, and I just bought a brand new $40,000 car, and I'm not picking somebody up for 60 cents a mile in a $40,000 car that's going to smash my rating, who's threatening me in text to file a complaint, and all this other crap that I said earlier. So I canceled the ride, and then I contacted Uber and filed a report. I haven't gotten anything back from Uber yet. They wanted me to, fortunately, I took screenshots of every text message that he sent. So I was able to send those in to Uber, and they, of course, are going to escalate it to their critical response team and basically do this to the passenger. Nothing. They're going to send them, they might send them an email that says, threatening drivers and blah, 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 blah is against, community guidelines and our terms of service, and continued actions like that could possibly get you deactivated. I don't get it. I mean, I would like to see in the comments, I've got five people in the room. I just want to know if anybody, Nick, Rick, Patty, have any of you ever had somebody? You're gonna mess that up. Hold on, what are you doing?
Dogs haven't eaten either.
Okay. I'll get to it in a sec. Has anyone had to deal with something like that before? Because to me, it doesn't make any sense. We have, they're I know. I agree, Patty. Pool and shared rides are a joke, and I think that they should only allow them, like I said, during rush hour. Sorry, she's feeding the dog, so it's a little loud. But they're like Rideshare Professor did a video, and I have to agree with him. He was right. The doing a shared ride and the pool ride, you're getting all these different people into a car. Somebody may be happy, somebody may be pissed off. It's just a bucket of crap waiting to have somebody throw a dynamite stick in and just blow up inside your car. And I have never had an issue like that before. And this is the first time I've ever had an issue like that also. But again, in my market, Uber's kind of the lower end of the scale as far as the way the passengers go, and I hate to say that, and I apologize, but it really is. I mean, Lyft pays better out here, and the quality of the passengers with Lyft is much better. When you're doing Uber out here, for the most part, the passengers are pretty good, but more so on the Lyft side. On the Uber side, it's kind of touch and go. I only drive one time. All right, Nick. You don't take them, or they don't offer them. I'm trying to keep up with the chat here. It says no pool rides or shared rides here. So either you're not taking them, or they don't offer it. Again, that was my situation tonight, and our hands are tied. So at this point, fortunately, with Uber's new acceptance rate or whatever, letting a ride roll through, yeah, your cancellation rate's going to go up a little bit, but I think I'm at the point where I am completely done with shared rides and completely done with pool rides. I know that I'm done with pool rides, at least out in this market, because What I had to deal with tonight was a crock, and to have somebody request that they don't offer full or okay. Well, man, I would love to be where you're at, Nick, because that's just one less headache. But I think that Uber and Lyft should only offer pool rides, meaning carpool or shared rides for whatever during the peak rush hour times, and that's it. You know, I mean, the only reason people are doing these pool rides at 1 o'clock in the morning are to save a couple bucks. And again, I ran into this issue where I've got this guy threatening me to do, you know, to file a complaint. And, if I pick up this ride, I know he's going to smash me with 1 star. He's going to say something happened in the car or that I was rude or I said something. We all know how the passengers are going to lie their ass off to get their money back and try to get his cancellation feedback from the first one where he didn't show up. So again, I called Uber, went through the whole thing, and we'll see what happens with the email. So that's about it. I'll edit the video later, maybe, or I'll just leave it the way it is. But the pool and shared rides are a joke, and Lyft and Uber, you guys really need to fix that. And again, the best thing you can do is only allow it during certain hours. And like I said earlier, rush hour in the morning and rush hour in the afternoon or evening rush hour, pool, that's it. 1 o'clock in the morning, like I said earlier at the beginning of the video or the beginning of the live stream, who the hell is going to be going to the same place you are at 1 o'clock in the morning in the Antelope Valley? I mean, maybe if you're in Hollywood or West Hollywood or Beverly Hills or Santa Monica or some of the beach cities, whatever, and you request a pool ride, yeah, you may get somebody else, but you're not helping us any. You're just finding the cheapest way to get a ride home. And again, you're not getting to some busted up Prius taxi or whatever and paying $30 for a ride. You're getting into somebody's personal vehicle and you're paying $10 for that same ride. And I don't know where else to go with it. I just like I said, at this point, when I see a pool ride come up on Uber, it's rolling through, and I'm not going to deal with it anymore. So let me catch up on the chat here real quick. Sorry, guys. No, what is it? You know what, Patty? That's a good point. I don't know if I'm sure you guys can read this, but Patty says, I try to keep my ratings up and accept all rides. And Patty, I'm in Southern California. I actually work in the Victorville rate card area during the week, and then I head down to the beaches, Santa Monica, Venice, Beverly Hills, West Hollywood, Hollywood. They're all about 15 miles away from each other. So and out here in Southern California, even in wintertime, those places are just jumping on Fridays and Saturdays. But oh no, it's 24 degrees outside right now. I live in the high desert, so it gets pretty cold up here. Thanksgiving we had a foot of snow. In Southern California, in the high desert, a foot of snow. So it ought to be interesting to see what the rest of the winter is like. But anyway, I have to agree with you, Patty, on that one. I'm trying to keep my ratings up too. I want my star ratings to stay high. Where is the person located that does not have pool rides? I believe that's Nick, and I believe he is in shoot. Nick, where are you at? Are you still watching? Beacon? Buffalo. He's in New York. That's right. New York changed all that stuff. So yeah, I think we all need to. You know what? I think Nick's got a couple rooms, I think we're just going to all head on over to his house and crash out there and do Uber and Lyft in New York for a couple of weeks. Nick, you've got a lot of company coming. You're welcome, Patty. But let me. I'm going to get into my app real quick, and because again, I agree with you. Hey Nick, Patty's in, so maybe I'll like park my car at a safe location, and I'll just have Patty Uber or Lyft me the rest of the way to your house. So here's where I'm at right now. I don't know if you guys can see it or not, but so I'm at a 4.89. I was until Dickhead decided he wanted to play games and threaten me on that pool ride, so I wound up going to 3%. But so here's the worst part about it too is I'm trying to get my ratings up, and I have a very specific reason for that, and my ride count also. So I've done hold on, I'll tell you in a second. I've done 196 trips. Okay, I got to get to 250. But that being said, out of 196 trips, I have 150 ratings, meaning 46 people didn't even bother to leave a rating. Okay. Yet we have to rate the passenger as soon as we drop them off before we can even start accepting more rides. Yet the passenger has what, 30 days, up to 30 days to rate us. I did 17 rides the first week I had my new car on the road. And out of those 17 rides, I got 16 5-star ratings. For the very first time, at the very bottom, I got a 1-star rating the same day. And I know who it was, and I know what they were trying to do. So I called Uber, and Uber wouldn't do crap. Now, that's another issue, but that's another video. How can I get 16 consecutive rides that all had 5-star ratings and then get one passenger in the same night that rates me 1 star? And the worst part about it was they rated me 1 star. I'm 5 stars out of 500 rides on Lyft and 4.98 with 15. Damn. Okay, 4.98 on Uber with 1,500 rides. Patty, that's ass kicking. But I have to do this to you because you called me out. I'm gonna go to my Lyft app, and I hate to do this to you, Patty. But I mean, congratulations on your on the 5 stars out of 500 rides. That's awesome. But I got one for you. We can have a little competition here. There's my stats for Lyft. If it'll focus. Come on. I really need to get a better camera. Anyway, 5. It's really hard to see. Sorry, Patty. I got, there you go. 5 stars, 2,532 rides, and an 85% acceptance rate. So when you get up to 2,000 rides and you've got 5 stars, let me know. I will pay for dinner. But anyway, with that being said, I'm going to cut the video or end the live stream. I have a big schedule tomorrow. I have a regular rider who's I have to take on a 65-mile trip to Van Nuys and then bring her back and then take her back down to Santa Clarita later that evening. So I'm going to do 3 rides and I'll do $180 with 1 passenger. Last question I have, and then I'll end it. When I get a 5-star rating, it pops up almost instantly. I drop that passenger off. I told him, just like Dustin Is Driving says, you've been a 5-star passenger. You were great. Everything worked out great. Here's your 5-star rating. Keep up the good work. Get them pumped up, and 16 out of 17 times are going to give you 5 stars. My question is, maybe somebody can answer this. If a passenger rates us 5 stars on Uber, it shows up almost instantly. Yet, if we get a 1-star rating, they wait like 24 hours before that thing pops up, and maybe even 48 hours. But if we have a passenger and we smash them with a 1-star or 2 stars because they were just, out of control or whatever, they see it instantly. And when they see it, what are they going to do? They're going to turn around, and their retort's going to be giving us, the same rating or even lower. I don't think that's fair. On Lyft, if you go 24 hours and you don't rate a passenger, they get 5 stars. If you go 24 hours and the passenger doesn't rate you, you get 5 stars. Maybe that's why I got so many 5 stars. People aren't rating me. No, that can't be right. It's got to be, all this. Anyway, that's another thing that Uber needs to fix, is their rating system, because that sucks even worse. Like I said, if I get a 5-star rating, I can look 2 minutes after that ride's over and be, cool, they gave me 5 stars. But if they have a problem and the rating's low, for some reason Uber thinks that us drivers are not going to know who that passenger was. We know who's going to do what. We've been doing this long enough, and we've dealt with enough people. We're pretty good at reading our passengers. But I think that's a really shady way to do their rating system. Hold on a second. The connection is unstable. Please wait while we try connecting. We're back. So let's see. I agree to do the same. Key and speech. That's exactly how I got my 1 star. Yeah. And I mean, you still know who gave it to you, but they wait 48 hours. So it's just it's a crap rating system, and Uber needs to fix it. Like I said, I've been driving for Lyft for a year and a half, and I really like it. And I've got something in the works, and if it comes to fruition, or whatever you want to say, I am going to have a kick-ass viral video for a lot of people. And if everything goes right, I will be doing that video next week sometime, probably towards the end of the week. But anyway, with that being said, everybody, thanks for joining. Thanks for listening. Thanks for letting me bitch about this idiot I had to deal with, and the fact that Uber once again proved to me that they just simply really don't care about their drivers. All they care about is the person that's paying for them. Lastly, I actually had a ride request tonight, and I tried to get a screenshot of it, but I missed it. I actually got a ride request from a passenger, obviously, in an area that is not really good out here. This passenger had a 3.1 star rating. I thought Uber was going to cut you off the platform or not allow you to use the app if you drop below 4.60 like the drivers do. We go below 4.6, and they start sending us all these nasty emails. You need to up your ratings, you need to do this, or we're going to, deactivate you. But passengers can have a 3.2, 3.4, and we got to pick them up. Again, Uber, you need to fix your star ratings. Everybody, thanks again. I'm heading to bed. I'm really tired. Rick, Nick, Patty, everybody that showed up, thank you very much. And until next time, remember, be safe, be professional, keep it real, and as always, drive on. And with that being said, everybody have a very safe, happy, joyous, and wonderful holiday season. I wish you all the best. Go get your money. Do your thing. And as Dustin would say, well, I don't want to copy his thing, but don't take any crap. You know who the people are, and just be yourself. With that being said, again, thanks for joining. Until next time, drive on. Trickster Nation. I'll end it. Bye, everybody.